Butterflies, it's your girl Sharon K. Griffin, aka Madam Butterfly. Check this out. I hope that you are having a phenomenal week and that you are ready for Valentine's Day, because my husband told me it was Monday, but I believe it's Sunday because today is the 12th. So that's very interesting. But he better get it right for Valentine's Day. But anyway, if you are a single lady and you are a lady that wants to increase the things that you do in your marriage, empower your marriage, and be all that you can be, I recommend 134 Reasons You Can't Find a Man. No, it's really not about finding a man, but it's about finding you. So make sure you buy it at 134reasons.com. But I have a special guest on today, Tiara with the tiara. Yes, baby. She's slaying. We both have on red lipstick and we are about to get it in. Anything goes on my show. So let's listen in to Miss Tiara and welcome her to the stage. Hello.
Hello. I'm well. How are you doing, beautiful lady?
I am wonderful, but you just took my words because I was going to say how beautiful you are.
Well, ditto.
Wait a minute. And I'm loving the bling bling.
Thank you. I thought I would look fabulous for your Friday night show. So thank you.
I know that's right. But I don't have wine and I know you don't. And normally I do, but I was actually rushing to get to the stage because I'm super tired. I was studying for an exam. So it's over and we are here. But your lipstick is popping.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So Miss Tiara, please tell my listening audience about yourself.
I'd be honored to. First of all, thank you. It's a pleasure being on your show. I love what you're doing. And I can't wait to get my copy of the book. So
thank you. I appreciate that. But it's about you, not me.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Tiara M. Tucker, born and raised in Kankakee, Illinois, south of Chicago. I was relocated to Dallas, Texas in 2012, and I absolutely love it.
Okay.
To live in a big city, and even though it's a little cold right now in Dallas, I'm okay with the cold because I'm used to the cold from Illinois.
Okay.
But, as my bio says, I consider myself to be aware of many tiaras, just to play off the name.
I love that.
Yeah, like I'm not a title person, right? Everybody has a million titles. So to keep it simple, I wear a few tiaras, right? So
I love it.
To empower people. So I'm an empowerment connector. I empower people with my 501c3 charitable organization, Speak That Movement, which equips and empowers professional women in business along our journeys of dream and goal realization, while also combating the mental health and social injustice issues that we as women can face along the way.
Yeah.
I am also a creator of a Speak That Movement empowerment calendar that inspires people 12 months out of the year. I host weekly live shows to empower and inspire and connect people. And I'm the founder of my own PR firm, Tiare PR Network. So just a few things, social justice,
girl,
all that good stuff.
You talking about a few things. That was like 10 things.
I know. That's why I like to just sum it all up, right?
I get it, and I love it. Now, I don't understand how you do it all, but obviously you do it successfully and you do it with grace, so that's awesome in itself. So, all right, we both have on red lipstick, right? So it was a young lady this week who had on a red outfit, who was talking about her hair being stuck for about a month. And you are a PR lady, right? Oh, I'm loving the earrings. I didn't see those. The earrings are beautiful too. All right. I think she needs a publicist at this point, especially for damage control. How would you handle a Gorilla Glue girl? And some people don't like that, but it's just how I see it. It is what it is. How would you handle that situation?
Yeah. So it is, honestly, it's tragic. It's unfortunate, right? First of all, that someone, and This is the empathetic and the women empowerment side of me.
Okay.
This is how Tiara would handle that case on a PR level.
Okay.
This is an African-American woman who, and this is my version, right?
Okay.
So, you know, she
this, wait a minute, this the PR version or your version?
The PR
okay.
Version. I was spin it if she was my client. Okay. Beautiful woman living in America. And you know what? As Black and African-American women, sometimes we struggle with our hair care. We need our edges laid down. She ran out of what she loves to use. So, okay, maybe it wasn't the smartest decision, but she attempted for it to be a creative decision to use Gorilla Glue. I mean, it seems like it was slick down something, right? So she attempted to use it. It looks like it worked in the beginning.
It did work.
It worked, right? Weeks later, it was still working, but a little too much. But guess what? In a cry out for help, she went to social media. It was a viral cry for help. And while some people are laughing and joking and probably questioning her intelligence, she was dealing with something emotional, mental, and physical. However, shout out to the plastic surgeon that came to her rescue. An African-American surgeon.
Did you see him?
Came to her rescue.
Did you see him?
Yes.
I'm sorry.
Yes. So now she is going to empower and inspire other women to let them know, you know what? You can overcome any situation, including Gorilla Glue.
That was a good commercial for Gorilla Glue, right? I have to say it. All right. I do life coaching, right?
Yep.
And I, like you, believe in empowering people.
Yes.
And I also believe in being compassionate. But this one I couldn't. Like, I'm like, where was your mindset? Are you that much, I guess, in vain that you would use something that you probably know isn't good for your hair and put it on your hair to potentially damage it? So, and me and my daughter, we argue about this. One of my daughters on my team, the baby girl, she has her own way of thinking, but I just don't understand the stupidity. And normally I'm really nice and normally I'm very compassionate, but that one, now, I'm glad she got the glue out her hair. I'm glad she didn't lose her hair.
Yes.
I'm glad that people are coming to her rescue to offer wigs and, you know, lace fronts, whatever young ladies use. I'm glad about that. I'm glad she has her scalp.
Yes.
But I think it was just the dumbest decision ever.
Right.
And I hope that this is a learning experience for all people, especially our young girls of color. Just don't throw anything in your hair. And I remember back in the day wearing perms and all this kind of stuff, right? And how perms would burn our hair, like our scalp, if we left it in too long. And I just couldn't imagine putting glue on my scalp, you know, and I just couldn't. So, and it's just common sense.
And I think in everything, I agree with everything you're saying. And I think that because it let's be real, it was not a logical decision, period.
Right.
But because she decided to do that, to me, in my opinion, there was something deeper that would make somebody feel the need.
Vanity.
That exactly, which to me goes even back to deeper issues.
Low self-esteem.
Exactly. Exactly.
I
which
know.
Is so real, which is even more reason why when we think about mental health, like there are more people like her who maybe they didn't do that, but they've done some very extreme things to maybe feel beautiful, to maybe feel like they're looking right or whatever. And honestly, it's so sad. But this is the other thing. just in my experiences, just working on different like PR cases.
Yes.
People are mean on social media. So
They are.
one thing it's beautiful, like you mentioned, yeah, maybe people are coming to her like, hey, I have this for you. She now has another phase of life where she will be known, ridiculed. Her life is going to change because of her decision that became a viral, global situation.
And that's true. But you know what I like about it? Okay, and this is PR, and I'm not a publicist. She's verified on social media, right? And I look at her like Kim Kardashian when the sex tape came out. She needs someone to get behind her who is going to monetize off of her stupidity.
Right now.
Right now. So she needs a publicist who's going to jump on it. Maybe you reach out, hey girl, we're going to spin this. So we're going to make you some money. You know what I'm saying? Yes. To become a multimillionaire. And maybe it could be in development of her own product for hair.
That's right. Yeah.
That's it right there.
It can be to, like you said, her own product or her own wig line or even like maybe her own foundation one day where she's helping other young women realize that was extreme. So, you know,
I would call it Gorilla Glue Girl. I know she needs to trademark that name now.
Yep. And let's say this too. Gorilla Glue. They got a lot of publicity because
they did.
Everybody's talking about Gorilla Glue.
Right. And people are also talking about Gorilla Snot and the difference. Because both of them have gorillas on them. Yeah. The packaging color is a little different because I actually put it on my page because I was like, okay, there is a difference. You know? Yeah. So I think we just need to reach out and be like, look, we need to make you a celebrity right now.
And I think Gorilla Glue to thank her.
Yeah, for the added publicity.
Yes.
Because their stocks probably went up.
It went viral.
Seriously. You know, and I actually was going
can stick someone's hair like that. Imagine the things in your house that Gorilla Glue is going to take care of.
I actually have some here and I should have brought it. But I wanted to actually go and look up Gorilla Snot. You know, at the little Chinese store, you know, just comparison. Okay, so all right, we don't fix Gorilla Glue Girl. We're gonna make her plenty money, right? So T.I. and Tiny was out recently with their sex scandal. Yeah. Right? Yes. So, you know, and I'm hitting you with all the PR questions.
I know.
Because you're Tiara with the tiara. All right. Guilty, not guilty.
In the middle.
In the middle. Why in the middle?
I believe that there could be some truth to some of the allegations.
Okay. Like?
I do believe that they have, I'm sure, hosted
sex parties
and parties in their home. I'm sure that they get those events and those parties get very wild when there's liquor involved and if there's drugs involved. I also believe that in parties like that, young women come in that know they're not of age at times. And if nobody's carding them, then they're older. I believe that in situations like that, some people are consenting to whatever they might be doing.
Okay.
So for those reasons, now the allegations of the trafficking, all that I read about, I don't know how I feel about that. Like, I don't know how I feel about that part.
Okay. So what about drugging girls and having sex with them? Maybe not trafficking, but drugging.
I think that if there was any drugging of girls, and this is what I'm visualizing.
Okay. You're such a publicist.
Yeah, this is a party.
Right.
There's alcohol there. There's drugs there. people are doing what they want to do, probably at their own free will.
Okay.
I don't want to believe that people were forced, like, oh, you have to take this.
Okay.
So if I have to take it, that's a problem. And I just feel like they're smarter than that.
Well, what about, I love Tiare, love them. I think I love the gangster part in it. It's just something about that, right? Okay, but you come to my party, right? I'm getting you a drink, but I slipped something in your drink without you knowing. Kind of like, what's the old guy name that's in jail? Bill.
Don't you say Bill Cosby?
Well, yeah, Bill Cosby.
No.
Why?
Because I don't want Mr. Huxtable to be known for that.
But he is, and he's in jail. But it's crazy how Black people are prosecuted differently from white people who do the same thing. You know, but okay. Anytime I go to a party, if they tell me I got to get rid of my phone, that might be a little issue. I mean, and I understand for privacy's sake. I understand for people not being blackmailed and things like that, and people taking pictures, because people do take pictures and videos in these type of parties. So I understand it. But if I have to give you my phone, I don't know if I want to be there.
Yeah. Very good point. And I'm just going to be transparent on your show. I've been to celebrity parties in homes where there were no pictures being taken.
Right.
Rightfully so, right? Because
I agree.
Private, people are having fun. And who wants to invite people into their home? And then people are all on Instagram going live, Facebooking, putting everybody there, like out there.
Like the rioters, right? Like the rioters on January 6th.
Yeah, right? Who wants to be on Instagram the next day holding the podium?
Right?
And then you lost your job because this person trying to chill.
Or wait a minute, or your ex.
Yeah.
Because the ex did turn somebody in.
And
they did the same thing. I'd be like, that motherfucker was there.
Like, remember that time he cheated on me? Ooh, that's him. That's his name.
Yep, I would tell too. So, but all right. So the celebrity parties, no phones. I get it. Anybody ever slip you a Mickey or anything?
No. But I'm gonna be very honest on this show today, and I feel like we're live.
Well, I'm a girlfriend. I'm cool. I ain't going to judge you. It is what it is, because when I drink too much, Shay come out. But go ahead.
Yeah. So I don't think anybody ever did. But I'm not going to lie. There was one time when I questioned if somebody did. And nothing happened crazy or anything.
Right.
But I didn't like how I felt.
Okay.
So,
after?
Yeah.
Or during? After. Okay.
And it was like, this is weird. So, but do I think it? I don't want to think it. I don't want to believe it. And I was in a safe environment. Don't get me wrong. But I did have a moment when I questioned it, like, was something slipping in my drink? But I would encourage anybody to this point, right? Protect your drinks, people. Men and women, because I know men who have had things slipped in their drinks before. It's not always a woman thing.
I've heard that. I've actually heard of males slipping other males' drinks because of jealousy and things like that. And actually, I know someone who was getting ready to go to the pros at MLB. Somebody slipped him a drink. He's never been the same.
Yeah. And I know someone who someone slipped something in his drink because he was a high profile person and it was a setup. They wanted the jewelry. They wanted to rob the person.
Did they rob him?
No. He was good. It was security there, and if it was an average person and security didn't care, then maybe the person would have got robbed. But but it's serious out there. So man, we gotta cover those drinks.
That's one thing that I've always taught my daughters: never leave your drink alone, and make sure you cover it up. Like even if you're like right there with it, because you don't know people.
Nope.
It's interesting. Have you ever blacked out? Because I've blacked out. Like I one shot too much, and it's like I went to the other side. You don't even know it's coming. It just be like bam, and you be like waking up the next day, and you like, well, what happened? And then you tell everybody else, don't tell me what happened because I need time to process this. That's when Shay come out. But anyway, what's your experience? I'm serious. Like, my husband hates Shay. Go ahead.
I have blacked out before. I'm not gonna lie. We're human.
Yeah. So were you just like partying, right? And you just like having fun? Social drinking is the worst for me because you keep throwing them back and you don't realize that you're getting more and more intoxicated. Have you ever had that experience?
And I think that's the thing, to your point, the social drinking or like a celebration or a party,
Right.
you know, sometimes people might have a lot of different rounds going around or things like that. But I've never been like in a situation where it was like, oh my God, call 911 or oh my God, who am I with? No, never anything like that.
So people, my listening audience, right? If you want to drink like socially, make sure you have someone with you who is responsible. I don't drink with people who aren't responsible because someone has to remain sober.
And you have to know the limits too, right? People have to know.
Yeah, but I like margaritas. So some days my limits are above the limit because they taste so good. And I don't sip, I drink.
Okay.
Like, even, right. Oh, you sip. Oh, honey, I be throwing it back. Oh, give me another. Oh, give me. Oh, yeah, honey.
And then you black out.
Yeah, well, Shay come out first.
Okay.
Right? And she starts doing like all this funny, crazy stuff. It's been like, I don't remember.
Yeah, that's funny.
But I still empower people.
Absolutely. You know, we have to meet people where they are.
We do. You know, you're a highly intelligent woman, right?
Thank you.
And you're welcome. And you have multiple businesses in your nonprofit organization. I don't think that people understand the level of commitment, and I don't want to say stress, but you're always busy. So when you take off your hat, you really take off your hat. I don't know if you do that. And that's when my like going out and partying, that's when it comes into play because I really don't go out. I'm always grinding and working and making things happen. So when you go out, and I don't know if this is true for you, you just let your hair down and you become free. Are you like that, or do you feel like that?
Yeah, and I would even like with COVID, because we've been forced to be in the home so much for almost a year, that like when I have gone out and I do go out from time to time, right? Like in Dallas, it's open. We can go out and about. We can go to restaurants.
Right.
We can go to wherever. And for me, because I've been in the house so much, because this time of being still has made me productive and has made me feel like I'm so busy. So there are times where I'm like, I need to get out of the house. I need people.
Yeah, you know, the
energy. I want to hear some good music. I want, to sit outside and, things like that. So, and when I do want to relax and have, a good time, because I'm not coming back in the house. I'm coming back in.
Right. You know, I love Dallas. Yeah. I used to live in Addison.
Yeah, that's where I first moved when I lived
Really? Here. Oh my God. Honey, I partied like a rock star from Thursday till Sunday every week. It was the best. I mean, I partied. I had these girlfriends that I met, and it was all bets was off. And Addison, as you know, has all the restaurants and clubs and everything. Like, I wouldn't have never moved from that area.
Yep. I love Addison. Hundreds of restaurants, Black-owned establishments in the Addison, North Dallas area. So,
Do they still have buttons?
They don't have buttons anymore. Buttons,
Okay.
not in Addison. And
Okay.
I say that because when I first moved here, I was literally 5 minutes away from Buttons.
Yeah.
In Addison, and I love Buttons like 7 days a week. We have food, great soul food. We have loud music, a DJ, great people, professionals, all kinds of people.
I loved it. You know, at Buttons, this lady, she was trying to get with me. Like, no, seriously, she was like on me. And I like everybody, so I don't discriminate. And I had given her my number, just like a friend type of thing. But she just kept hounding me about coming over my house. You know, and she was like, well, I'll help you unpack. And I was just like, your girlfriend. No, because I knew what she wanted. I mean, I'm strictly dickly, right? But the fact is, I didn't want her to try something.
Got it.
You know what I'm saying? And put myself in that position where I had to beat your ass in my house. You know? And she was kind of, you know. So yeah. I might have been at a disadvantage.
This is Friday, everybody. Friday live, unscripted, uncensored. I am on the Sharon K. Griffin show right now. Anything goes.
Yeah, anything really goes. But have you ever had, and I know we're supposed to be talking about other stuff, and I never stay on script right now. I don't even have a damn script. Have you ever had a woman try to like come at you?
I've had women like say hi, approach me, but I've never dated a woman. I've never had one like, hey, you know. Well, let me say, I have had random women like, oh, you're pretty, you're beautiful. Almost probably test me to see, but not anything I would say like, oh my God, like this is just ridiculous. Like, but it has happened.
I actually felt honored. Like I feel honored when women come at me. I'd be like, okay, I got it from both ends. You know? So I feel honored even though I haven't gone to that side, but I'm like, this is nice. You know? So speak that, right? I'm speaking it.
Well, I guess people can speak different things. So hey.
Right. So tell me about Speak That.
After that transition?
Yeah, that's what I said. Speak that. Yes, honey, speak that.
Oh God. So this, I have to first say, this has been the most unexpected intro to a show, but I had a lot of fun. So thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you for being here.
Just sit back and laugh and just have fun, girl talk, and let everybody out in the social media world hear these conversations, right?
But you know what? A lot of people are afraid to have these conversations.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, don't talk about that or whatever. And we're taught to be ashamed and hide things, especially as Black folk. Yeah. You know, good girls don't do this and good girls don't do that. And oh yeah, talking about good girl stuff, I'll ask you some stuff later. So, anyway. Let's talk about Speak That, your nonprofit organization, before we get into the juicy stuff.
I'm nervous. I'm getting nervous. Like,
I'm getting nervous. Do you need to go get your wine?
No.
You sure?
No wine.
Okay. Then we really be speaking that.
I know. I'm like, oh, girl. No. So what would you like to know about Speak That?
Well, okay. I know it's your nonprofit now. I know that you empower women. Is it women and men or just women?
It's primarily women. So that's the focus, is professional women in business. So now, yes, men tune in, men support, but it was time for a narrowed focus, because women, we deal with things different than men, right? The way we respond to things, the way we internalize things, the way we might be impacted by things. So that's the focus, women. Well,
you know what? Speaking of that, so many women operate in their masculine energy these days. I think a lot of them process the same as men, and the men have taken a feminine role. But anyway.
Possibly. Yes.
I mean, come on, like, all right. A lot of men whine these days. Before, men were men and they were more, they could take more, right?
Mm-hmm.
And now the women are like, man, shut the fuck up. Like, go home. Go home. You know, I'm calling Bob over. You
Call
I
it
can't handle you.
Tyrone.
Yeah, I like Bob.
Okay.
It's like, no, I'm calling Tyrone. So, but anyway, speak that.
The transitions to speak that just come after some awkward things.
All right. So you say it's okay, girl. Not girl, woman. Excuse me. Transition with me. Some people get offended about that, or when you say girl. I don't, and it's a term of endearment.
Yeah.
Professional women, right? How do you empower professional women? Because we can be the toughest in letting our hair down and being authentic.
Yeah.
How do you help them?
Yeah. So I would say one of the things that I've been focusing on since May is my live talks. So these are my live conversations where I bring in different guest speakers. So I bring in women who are just authentic women all over the country. I've had a few outside of the United States, one in the United Kingdom, one in Sweden. So, but one thing I realize is that no matter where we're from, no matter our race or our ethnicity, we still deal with some of the same things, right?
Right.
We're either, striving to have a successful career or our community life or our family life or whatever. So some of the things we're experiencing, but what I find is that by having conversations like what you and I are having, we can just sit down and just talk about experiences. And we find that some experiences are so universal, right? Like this person may be juggling this and this, or this person may have dealt with a setback. But most importantly, how did they come back? How did they remain resilient? How did they keep moving forward when they were faced with different obstacles? So that's one way, because when we really are just transparent and we're really honest and we're really just like unapologetic, and that's a word.
I love that. Unapologetic and free. So a universal thing that all women deal with is pain from a man, pain from a relationship. Do you talk about those type of things in your empowerment group? Like,
actually, one of my very first Speak That events in Dallas was about relationships.
Okay.
So that was one of the conversations where we talked about that. But then I also had a Speak That event where I brought in a woman who had dealt with domestic violence.
Oh, wow.
So that's real. Like this woman, amazing woman living in Dallas, but there were many instances where she thought she would be murdered. So those are like real life, like how much further in pain can you get than thinking that the person that you love is about to kill you?
You know what's crazy? I used to live in Atlanta, right? And I met this wonderful couple, Caucasian couple. But if you looked at them, they just looked like money. But I noticed he was a little controlling. So she made the statement in front of him, oh, I wait for him to get out the shower every day and I dry him off. So I said in front of him, so what's wrong with his hands? Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? She gotta be waiting and drying you off. Like, so he said something about his knees or whatever. I don't care how messed up your knees are. You gonna bend down and dry your own feet, period. As the young people say. Right? So anyway, just being around them. So I asked her, I said, hey girl, I want you to go out partying with me one day. I said, we're going to have fun, yada, yada. From there, he cut off all ties, like all ties. So maybe a year or two later, I'm looking on Facebook and it was saying how his wife passed, right? So I inboxed him and I said, hey, how did she die? He never responded. So I did further research. I'm just Googling the name. He murdered her.
No way.
They were having a night together. All the kids were gone except one. And she went to go take a shower. And when she came out the shower, he shot her in the head. And from time to time, I go back and I look and I listen to the 911 call because I still can't believe that he shot her. He got off. He got off because his mom worked for the district, county, whatever. But it was actually on Nancy Grace.
Wow.
As well. Yeah. And he wiped the walls off first, and then he called his parents before he called the cop. And these are pastors. And you know how you know something, but you don't know? Yeah. And it was like when she was around and I was around them, I would always say he's very controlling. She never said it.
Yeah, but you felt it.
Yeah, I felt it and how they maneuvered. And honey, let me tell you, I got a pistol, right? Well, first of all, my mom and them told me about hot grits. Mm-hmm.
The hot grits.
Right. You're not going to beat my ass. And, you know, some women aren't as strong as me and other women. Mm-hmm. But I looked at The Burning Bed one day, a movie. Mm-hmm. When your ass go to sleep, I'm going to pour some oil, some gasoline, and I'm going to set your ass on fire and sit there and watch. Oh. Now, oh, yeah, honey, I'm for real. Like, you're not going to beat on me and think it's okay. Anybody. And I just can't fathom how we get to that place of letting someone control our mind. And it's so subtle, though. Mm-hmm. It is very subtle, like taking you away from your family, mm-hmm. like isolating you.
Like small things.
Yeah. Like saying little mean things. And what I tell women, when someone shows you who they are, believe them. So you're not going to say, oh, shut the fuck up, like in a certain tone or whatever, and think that's okay. Like, I'm going to check your ass. I don't know what y'all do down in Dallas, but the Philly in me want to show you what Philly do. So, like, what do you think about that? Like, just the subtle, and I know it happens all the time, and I feel sorry for men and women who get abused, because men get abused too.
Yeah, they do.
But you can't tell them to leave, because in most times they want to stay.
Yeah. How
do you encourage women who are in that position?
Yeah. Well, I'll say that, you know, I haven't like personally, like, I would say I haven't dealt with those types of, you know, domestic violence where I'm in a relationship and it's like, you know, what some women have experienced. I do know some women who have been in relationships like that. And I will be honest, I know some people where I didn't really understand what they were going through, right?
Okay.
Because that's another thing, right? They're going through something that may be hard for them to explain.
Right.
They may be in denial. And then there may be certain characteristics that make them seem like they're unstable or they're not good friends. But I didn't realize at the time with some people that they were going through something. And wasn't until after that they finally either hit a very low spot or when they, you know, regained their strength, to be able to share their story.
Okay.
And I remember, like, I could think of one person in particular, when she shared her story, I was just sad because I started thinking like, man, how did I miss those things? Right. I was thinking there were things with her. I didn't know, because again, they're in denial at times, possibly,
Right.
or they're maybe so mentally or emotionally involved in the situation, and maybe they're even scared.
Right.
So I would say that now, after knowing more and more people that have shared their experiences, I think that I am a little bit more mindful, a little bit more, I may question a little bit more, like, hey, how are you doing? You doing okay?
But most of the time people lie.
And that's the
yeah,
thing.
girl, I'm doing good. Now, okay, and I don't want people to think that I haven't been in bad relationships, because, honey, I sure could pick them before, okay? So I was in a marriage for 16 years where it was emotionally abusive. But the reason I stayed was because I thought I was pleasing God. Ain't that crazy? Like the church mothers would say, girl, just anoint his pillow. Girl, just anoint his shoes. Speak life. Now I be thinking, shit. People don't change unless they want to change, right? My prayer isn't going to override.
Like the anointing on the pillow.
Yes. None of that shit works. I mean, unless someone else wants to change. You know what I'm saying? My prayers can't override your will. But we're never taught that. Yeah. So I thought I was pleasing God.
Yeah.
Until one day a light bulb went off. And I packed all my shit.
Wow. Yeah.
And I drove to Dallas. I drove to Texas.
To Addison.
Well, actually, I drove to Austin first, 21 hours. And I have to tell you this. The crazy thing is, I was at a church. I had stopped going to church, but somebody invited me to this particular church. And the preacher was so weird that I loved it, right? So I kept going back. Like, he was like really weird. But he was anointed in the prophetic. So I kept going back. So one day he said, you're going to move to Texas. I said, this motherfucker lying. I had started cussing by then, child. I was angry. He lied. So anyway, one day I was talking to my daughter and I heard Spirit say, move to Texas. And I was like, you sure? And I just started praying, but I got all these signs leading to Texas. One of my final signs was I woke up, went on Facebook in the middle of the night, and it said Texas needs rain. Y'all hadn't gotten rain for like a year or two at that time. And I was like, okay, God. So told my husband I was leaving, yada, yada, left. Drove to Texas. As soon as I got in front of my spiritual mom's house, it started drizzling. Then it started pouring. And I said, okay, God, thank you. And that was my sign. And it just worked out so perfectly from there. So I want to encourage you to tell like the women that you inspire who have stories, turn your pain into your passion, into your profit. Because all of us have like these stories and we're so afraid to tell our story, but it's our story, but it's for someone else to get healed from.
Yeah.
God allowed us, and I know, girl, we transition all over. God has allowed some of us to go through certain situations so that we can teach other people that you will be okay. Yeah. And that's what I love about God. You know, I was reading, or I was on an interview the other day, and they were telling me 31 million, let me look at the text, either 31 million people left the church.
Recently?
I'm going to tell you in one moment. Child, I need them 31. Okay. 1 million. And the interesting thing is people aren't talking about having a relationship, right, with God. They're talking about what you can and cannot do. I always say, all right, God, if I have me a church, they're going to be some partying people. I'm going to draw the people that like to party. They're going to drink margaritas.
During church?
Well, not during church, but
Okay.
whenever they feel like. I wouldn't have those constraints like, oh, don't do this and don't do that, because I believe that our relationship is personal.
Yes.
And I think that we put so much effort on telling people what they can't do that they're afraid to live, but they sneak and do it anyway.
And feel convicted and bad and like they're doing something.
Yeah, but they keep doing it. So how convicted do we really feel?
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I was married to 2 preachers. Yeah, I would never wish that on nobody else. No.
Another story.
Another story. Wait a minute. I wrote the reality show, Preacher's Exes. You have to look it up. Yeah.
Preacher's what?
Exes.
Okay.
Yeah, look it up. Google it.
I will.
So anyway, but people are afraid to live, but now so many people are tapping into spirituality.
Yeah.
Where it's about like just God, creator, the universe. I hate when I say the universe and people be like, what? Like, especially Christian people, they be like, what are you talking about? I'll be like, didn't God create the universe?
Right.
like I'm into some foo-foo stuff. And I'm like, but you know me.
Yeah, yeah.
Ain't that crazy?
Yeah.
Are you religious?
There are some people that are like the universe.
Yeah, but I say universe, God, creator, spirit.
Right.
Whatever. I don't say tree.
Yeah.
Now, if I say tree, you might have to be. We need to check her in the day. But anyway, I'm a pivot, right?
Okay.
Are you dating?
No, yes, no, not me. No.
Like, okay. Dating means that.
Okay, what's the definition of dating for you?
Okay, dating is like you're just going out having fun. Yes. Okay. So are you, and you can date multiple people. You can date the man in the wheelchair with no legs. Okay. You can wheel his ass to the ATM. Okay. Put him in the middle of the dance floor and you twerk on him and he spin the chair. Right.
I have been out on some dates. I have been out on some dates during COVID-19.
Okay.
Yeah.
Any perspectives?
I don't know. Like right now, I think I'm in this cool space of career, passion. I'm cool being home because of COVID.
Okay.
Cool getting out if I want to get out. And I don't know how to describe it. I'm like, I'm cool right now. Like,
okay, you just enjoying life.
It's chilling.
Yeah. So do you kiss on first dates? I
really don't. I don't think I've ever, and I know I probably sound like I'm like bougie. No, I don't think I've ever really like kissed on a first date. Because first of all, I'm like, well, first of all, let me add this.
Okay.
The truth. For me to even go on that first date, I feel like I'm like the uptight person. If I meet someone. Are you? Yeah. Like I'm the one where, even though I'm cool and I might smile, I'm the one that a lot of guys don't approach. Okay. Like in the club or at a restaurant or in a meeting. Okay. They might come and say hi, but I'm really not the one that a lot of people approach. Like they may approach all my girls, maybe not me. However, I'm even one where I don't just give out my phone number like that either. I'm like, am I really going to answer this person's phone call? Do I even want to talk to this person? Okay. And if I don't, I'm not the one to give you the number and then block you later. Okay. No, not me. So with that said, by the time I actually give the number, there was probably something that intrigued me that made me say, I'm interested in the phone conversation. Then we're going to have a phone conversation. Okay. See how that goes. Am I vibing? Do I actually want to be seen in public with you? Okay. Then, so what intrigued you? What would intrigue me? So I am intrigued by men with conversation. Okay. Substance. So you're a sapiosexual? Sapiosexual. Yeah. That's like, Oh,
you
mental?
like intelligent.
Oh, that's the
people.
word. Mental.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like mental.
Okay.
And I also like boss men. You know?
Okay, so you like powerful men that's going to keep you in check, where they might submit when you come home. Because they're so powerful, because most powerful men want to submit. So they want you to step on their back with the high heels and say, get over here.
You just stretched that one real far, man.
Well, I'm just saying, powerful men don't want power at home. Really, like, it's been a known fact. So how would you dominate a man?
Oh my God. Let me just say this. I have not been interviewed on a show like this one before, right? So
Are you liking it?
If y'all are out there watching, I'm on the spot. I usually am not at a loss for words, but which way are you? She's over here. She's getting me tonight, y'all. All right.
How would you dominate a man? Come on.
See, I probably need you to tell me. I'm the one that don't have a husband or a man. So how about if I flip the question? Look, that's a good
I'm the interview, but I can say I do have a dog collar here.
You have a what? Oh,
A dog.
I don't have dog collars. I don't have dog collars.
Come on, all right. Your husband come home. He's like the CEO of this multi-billion-dollar company. He's like, baby, I had a hard day. You know, I just need to let my guard down and just be me for a few moments. What do you do?
Oh my God, I feel like I will call you and say, girl, what do I do? No, I'm just kidding. I'm gonna
say spank him. tell him to take off his clothes and spank him. He gonna lose all power right there.
Oh God, that's funny right there. That's funny.
So, okay, not using my tools. Think about it. Like, how would you respond? Because you're like powerful men, so you need to know how to handle a powerful man.
That's true.
Yeah. I gave you some key pointers.
You did. I'll say this, that is a great question. Okay. And I am pretty confident that whatever I decide to do,
yes,
he's going to be very excited.
Okay.
He's going to want to keep coming home. And every time he comes back home, he's probably going to use that same line because he likes what happens when he uses that line.
I love it. I love it. That was such a PR answer. That was a PR answer.
It really was.
I know. I've been around. I heard that I needed damage control. You got the good version of me.
Oh my God.
This is the good version. This is the good version. Ooh. Yes.
Okay, let me just give you something. This show should have been at midnight.
Really?
Not prime time at 7 o'clock. I'm thinking we're gonna talk about empowerment and ladies. Yeah. I know.
We're empowering women.
We really are.
Okay. So Valentine's Day.
I really am.
And I'm enjoying you too. Valentine's Day is Sunday. Do you have any plans?
Nope. And I really don't. Like literally, I took a picture there because I ordered in some food. I was hungry. Okay. I ordered in some food. I ordered a steak with some grilled shrimp, with a baked potato, with a Caesar salad, with some blooming onions. And so I put it on this table, and then I had like a red sequin tablecloth, and I put a little rose on the table, and I took a picture and I sent it to my family. Like, this is no joke. It's in my phone. And I said, you know, you all should check on your single loved ones when it's Valentine's during COVID. But I decided to love myself today. So that was, I treated myself to dinner today. And
I love that.
Sunday.
I love that. But speaking of self-love, right, and loving yourself, do you have a dildo?
Oh my God. You know what? Like, I'm gonna have to get off this show right now. I have a client calling.
Because we got 5 minutes, so you only 5 minutes early.
I have a client calling. You know what? Somebody heard about the Gorilla Girl, and they are trying to connect us.
Girl, you have a toy, a bullet.
I do. 3.
They work quick, don't they?
Oh my! You know what? Oh my goodness.
Do you have a name for it?
No, I don't.
Okay. You know, I was talking to my daughter and I was saying like masturbation is for me like a sleepy pill. I mean, I'm married, but sometimes I just want to go to sleep, you know, and just take about 1 minute. Knocked out 8 hours.
Wow.
Do you ever use like masturbation as a sleepy pill? Or is it just for pleasure?
I don't.
Girl, if you ever like have a hard time falling asleep and you don't want to drink wine, just masturbate. Be knocked out.
That's a great women empowerment tip.
It is, and I love it. But you know what, Tiara, with the tiaras that I love, I have truly enjoyed our conversation. I think you're a phenomenal woman.
Thank you.
I thank you for flowing.
We definitely flow
with me, you know. And I tell people, you know, whenever you come on, it's like you just don't know what's going to be said. And that's why I ask everyone, is there something off topic? Because I never want to offend.
Yeah.
But you have been so gracious and fun. No, seriously, you've really been fun to talk with. And I know I hit you with some hard stuff.
You hit me with some today. I'm like, but now I know the next time somebody says, is there anything off limits? My response was so professional. I know I'm gonna have a list now. So we're not gonna talk about
dildos.
We're not gonna talk about that. No, don't bring that up. But it's all good. You know, this is the genuine, authentic us right now.
It is, you know, and that's all I can do and be is authentic. And I think that we have so much tension in the world right now that it's okay for us to laugh and just have fun and talk about like dumb shit, but serious shit at the same time.
Stuff that we would do with our girlfriends.
Yeah, you know, and it's just like, to me, being on my show, I always wanted to have like, we're just sitting on a couch, just vibing and talking about real life situations. Yeah, girl. Yeah, I know you empower. Yeah, I know you got Speak Life. Yeah, I know you got 10 jobs. Yeah, I know. But I want to know you.
Yeah.
And so many of us are afraid to get to know the individual. You know, we know the hats, or I don't want to say the mask, but we know all those other entities. But we don't know the heart of the matter. And I hope that you know me a little bit more than what you did know me about 58 minutes ago.
That my Friday evening off.
Now you got to drink that wine.
My 2021 right here. Remember, Tiara, when you were on that show and she threw those questions at you and you were at a loss for words, but you know what? It's all good.
It is. So tell people how to get in contact with you for PR services, for Speak That, your nonprofit, professional empowerment, just period.
Yeah, I appreciate it. But no, this has been fun. But hey, if you heard some things today that made you laugh or made you say, girl, I want to hear more, you was holding back, feel free to reach out to me. But no, I'm on social media, Tiara M Tucker on Facebook. My website is Speak That Movement. So you can go to speakthatmovement.com. And then you can also go to tiaraprnetwork.com as well. And from there, you'll see the social media handles as well.
Yeah. And you have a beautiful website too.
Oh,
you're welcome.
You
have a beautiful website. Yeah, I like beauty. I mean, I like information, but it's the beauty that captures me. first because I'm a creative. So I really love that. So don't you go anywhere. Okay. I'm just going to do my little end spiel. I'm going to take you off the screen, but thank you so much for gracing my audience with your presence, having a conversation with me and being your authentic self. Thank you. And I honor you.
Everybody. Happy Valentine's Day, everybody. Even if you're by yourself, celebrate yourself.
Love yourself with a dildo. Okay. Hey, everybody. Yes, it's your girl, Sharon K. Griffin, a.k.a. Madam Butterfly. Yes, Valentine's is coming up. 134 reasons you can't find a man. I am actually getting ready to do a virtual book tour, and I am coming to 10 cities. I am super dope excited about that, but I'm more excited today about Tiara with the Tiaras and how beautiful and eloquent she was about her organization. And most importantly, that she was able to be her authentic self. In about 30 minutes via live, my show, or not my show, Black in Love, interviewed my husband and myself. So if you go to YouTube, Black in Love, you'll see the episode where me and my husband are being interviewed. It was very entertaining and fun. So just go on over to that in the next 30 minutes, get yourself a bottle of wine. I know me and my husband, we're going to look at it together. But thank you for gracing me with your presence. This is Sharon K. Griffin, aka Madam Butterfly. Make sure you flap your wings and that you live life on purpose, be free, and also be authentic. Sharon K. Griffin, aka Madam Butterfly. Thank you.